Battle Beast, Omni-Man, Conquest. These were probably Invincible's strongest villains from the show. Keyword were, because compared to Thragg over there, oh boy, they weren't shit. Because being the leader of the Viltrumite Empire and owner of such a crisp hairline, it cuts diamonds, Thragg really only spoke one language, which was throwing hands. So I wanted to break down the craziest shit we see Thragg getting himself into from the comics so you can learn how fucked up this guy was. So Thragg, being the elite threat that he is, decides, you know what, I'm gonna take over Earth myself. Cause with Conquest getting his ass whooped by Invincible again, and Mark destroying Thragg's ship shortly after, Thragg knew he had whooped some ass. And trust me, when that nigga is mad, you better get to stepping, bro. Cause tell me how when it came to scrapping, Mark swooped in for a punch and got bitch slapped in return. This is the same nigga who just killed Conquest not too long ago, and Thragg is barely dented here. But I guess Oliver didn't catch the memo because this nigga tries to fight back just to get his arm ripped off and his jaw chopped off his face. So Mark knew he had to run that fade, but it wasn't enough for him. So with the help of the coalition of planets, they destroyed the entire planet of Viltrum. Yes, the entire planet that Thragg watches over. And just look at Thragg's face. That nigga is straight up fuming right now. But I guess Thaddeus thought shit was sweet over here, cause bro was like, just give it up, bruh, it's over. And Thragg didn't take that so lightly, so he responds by ripping Thaddeus's head smooth off his body. And bruh, just look at Alan over there. That nigga's just like, damn, that nigga is too strong. Like, just look at him whooping Invincible's ass, bruh. Got him looking like a squeegee toy. And Omni-Man tries stepping in for his son, but Thragg just smashes his skull into Nolan's nose and tries murking him for betraying the Viltrumites. Like, ain't this the same Omni-Man right here? Anyways, Battle Beast tries getting himself into the fight, and he gets packed up in 3 comic panels. That's right, 3 comic panels. Ain't that y'all goats, bro? Dog, even Omni-Man knew it was over. Cause bro straight up said it was wraps for him and Mark. I just fucking know Mark was stressing right now. And shortly after, Thragg impales Omni-Man through his stomach, spilling his guts everywhere in space. And with Invincible moments away from death, he was pretty much cut until Thragg decides to spare both of their lives because the Viltrumites needed more soldiers and these 2 were the strongest ones left. So I don't know how he was gonna convince them, but pretty much Thragg just whooped Omni-Man, Invincible, Oliver, and an elder Viltrumite. And somehow the shit he does next is even crazier than this. So remember when Battle Beast got his ass beat? Well, the coalition would later find him and give him one last mission to kill Thragg. So these 2 top dogs of their verse were gonna scrap for the last time, but before anything could happen, Battle Beast's girl releases Ragnar's onto the battlefield to keep her man safe. And just in case you didn't know, these things were known to kill Viltrumites. So Battle Beast decides to slaughter the things weakening his targets while injuring himself to match Thragg's weakened state. And he just does this for the love of the game, mind you. And when they got to scrapping, bro, it was fucking crazy. Bow, crack, pow! Dog, Thragg was literally in Battle Beast's jaw, getting his eye pierced out his skull. God damn, they was cooking. But Thragg wasn't finished yet, so he skyhooks Battle Beast in the jaw, and Battle Beast pins him down while clamping his jaws into Thragg's arm. And somehow, some way, this nigga Thragg is still scrapping. Like, you only have one eye, gangy? And as these two ran at each other for the final time, despite all his efforts, Thragg had won. By shredding Battle Beast in half, Thragg just defeated his strongest rival. And I just want y'all to peep his fit right after. Battle Beast wrapped around his neck, cut flyer than a motherfucker. And yet, defeating Battle Beast just wasn't enough for this nigga, cause in his fucked up mind, there was still something else he had to settle. Now, before I get to Thragg, I need to share some quick context real quick. So Mark and Eve moved to a new planet where they're raising their new daughter, Terra, and Oliver is somehow still alive, even got himself some pussy. Hey man, that's pretty fucking cool. But seeing niggas being happy just doesn't sit well for Thragg, cause this dude, this demon of a man has been plotting since he watched his planet get destroyed. And just what was he plotting, you may ask? Oh, nothing, just sliming out Invincible and his entire family.
You can't keep getting away with this! You can't keep getting away with it!
So Thragg begins his evil plan by sending in 2 of his many children to attack Invincible's family. And can we just talk about how this nigga fucked an entire race of bugs? Like, bro, pass the ball! Anyways, they eventually overwhelm Invincible and Eve so badly that Thragg's son was able to hold Invincible back while chucking Terra from the sky. Now, if she didn't coincidentally get her powers in time, she would have been roadkill. Unfortunately though, Thragg was able to catch up and grabs Terra's entire body while whispering to her, "You are very strong for your age, but unfortunately, you have to die." And we see him trying to pop her head like a grape. Holy shit, bro. Ref, do something already. But Oliver swoops in just on time to save her, and Thragg responds by ragdolling his ass. But I guess being a dumbass just runs in this family. Cause why the fuck was Terra attempting to fight Thragg? Just to get her leg snapped in half, by the way. And Oliver tries saving her too, but Thragg just grabs him, slams his fist into his chest, and kills Oliver permanently. But what Thragg does after is probably the sickest shit I've seen in comics, cause he uses Oliver's blood to paint Terra's face while calling her a pussy for crying. And dog, oh my god, it somehow gets worse than this. Cause with Mark and Eve catching up to Thragg, Mark had Thragg's own child in his hand. Now surely, as a father, Thragg would be backing down. Nah, he just calls Invincible a pussy. So Mark just snaps that boy's neck and chucks the body at Thragg. But with Mark fighting Thragg, Eve is trying to check up on her daughter, Terra, until Thragg's daughter pops out of nowhere, strikes Eve on the back, stunts her onto the ground, and punches her jaw smooth off. Meanwhile, Thragg had just torn Invincible in half. Dog, I don't even know if I can show this part, bro. It was that crazy. But this somehow gets even worse, cause Thragg keeps both of them alive, well, barely, and leaves Terra to watch her parents die a slow and painful death. Nigga. So not only did Thragg just maul Mark and Eve for chilling, but he also forced a child to watch their parents die. Dog, this nigga has got to go. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, if you thought Invincible's life was ass already, just wait until season 4 for Thragg to show up, cause he's pretty much Invincible's deadliest villain.